Hello everyone. Today we are going to I'm going to explain how to wire this 120 amp Deutz alternator. For a while now, you may have heard that I have wanted to put an alternator on my robot so I could run for longer amounts of time and keep the same amount of power while I'm running when bogged down. The batteries I have in there right now, they're probably about 3 years old, and or 4 years old actually, and so they're starting to show their age. So I figured if I add an alternator on here, I will be good to go. And sure enough, I am good to go. But it took quite a bit of trying to get this thing all wired up. Now I've never wired one before, so this was new for me. But finally figured out how to do it, so I figured I might as well show you guys how to do it, just in case you have any questions. So basically, in the wiring diagram, it says you connect your 3 watt lamp or whatever through a little toggle switch or something like that, and it energizes the alternator from the battery power on your robot or your car or whatever. So basically, it took me a while to figure it out because I am no electrical engineer yet, anyway. But anyway, so it's actually really simple. You just take your battery minus over here, and that goes to your negative battery terminal. Your battery positive goes to your positive battery terminal. And then you have this voltage regulator here. And I figured, well, okay, it's probably going to be a positive output. But no, it's not. You treat this as your ground, and this goes back into your battery positive. And so when you turn on your little switch here and you energize the alternator, I have my lights wired up to the front, so to the left of this view it seems a little bit brighter. That's because my headlights are on one headlight, but that's a different story. Anyway, so this shows you that the alternator is receiving power, and this is also your warning light. So in your car, if you ever see this light come on, it means that your alternator is not making any power, but it is energized, something like that. So from what I understand, the alternator makes like 14 volts, 14.4, something like that. And then when it's running, it charges your 12 volt battery. So 14 minus 12 ends up being 2 volts. And because this is a 12 volt LED, or not an LED, it can't be an LED, a 12 volt regular little light bulb, it will not turn on if your alternator is working properly. The warning light does not come on, but if it's not working properly, then the warning light does come on. But anyway, so if I were to fire this up right now, that light would go off, and this alternator would start making about 13.7 volts, something like that, 13.8, and it would start charging one of my batteries. If I was to turn the battery supply off after it started and got energized, then I'd be making somewhere around 14.8 volts. Yesterday I was having some problems because it was only making like 12.6, 11.8, something like that. And then I realized, well, maybe that's because my belt is loose. So I'll bring the camera around to the other end of the robot. And so last night I fabbed a little tensioner system here. So anyway, it's working a lot better now. I'm making the proper voltage, and I've actually tried to slot it so it's adjustable, but anyway, it should hopefully keeps working. It's not perfectly aligned, but it's aligned for the most part, and that runs just fine, so hopefully it'll stay that way. But anyway, to close up on the wiring right over here, you have your D+. I'm still not sure where D+ goes, but battery positive goes to your battery positive, battery negative to battery negative, and then in between your battery positive and your voltage regulator goes a little switch and a light bulb. But it cannot be an LED because current needs to flow both ways, and LED is a diode, so current can only flow one way. That's the whole point of a diode. But anyway, those are just my quick little tips here. I think that about wraps it up. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, or email them to me at henry@hwrrobotics.com. I will put the email in the description of this video. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic day. Happy New Year's and happy holidays.